We are presenting the political analyst and senior journalist, Mr. Prem Kaidi. You are welcome in our television.
Namaste, thank you.
What's the present political condition of Nepal? How do you analyze?
The present condition of Nepal is very worse because the external micromanagement is controlling all our systems, like they are going to destroy our democracy, our political system. From outside, the country is ruled by the Communist Party, but actually they are not communist. They are very worse than the rightist politicians. They are working against the national interests of Nepal. They are destroying Nepal. They are killing people in Nepal. Recently, in Sarlai district, one district chief of the Communist Party, Kumar Paudel, was killed in a fake encounter. And I have demanded the resignation of PM, Home Minister, and even the Police Inspector General of Police. I have demanded their resignation. They killed the politician, a very active politician who was opposing their misrule in the country, and they brutally, in a fake encounter, killed him. And few days before, they killed one Tirtha Raj Ghimire student in Bhojpur. And they are killing people, they are arresting people, they are making anti-people law, anti-cultural, the culture of Nepal, they are going to destroy, just shaking hand with the Western reactionaries, Western, Christians. They are the puppets of Western, Western conspiracy. They are working, even the people are in a very, doubtful condition that they may work against our neighboring country also. So this is a very bad situation for Nepal, because Nepal was a leading member of the non-aligned nation, and Nepal now, even Nepal is the chief of the SAARC nation. But SAARC, organization is defunct now. They are just taking with other people, with other international organizations, they are taking Nepal in another way. So it is very dangerous situation in Nepal. Politically, we are in a very bad condition. Economically, the total economy is bankrupt. We are, in a stage of failure state. So the ruler, they are not trying to reform themselves. They are not compromising with anybody. Whatever they like, they are doing, and their hands are fully involved in corruption. So there is daily there are new stories on corruption, and they are taking money from, international conspirators, international religious conspirators. They are taking money. They are not doing good for Nepal. They are destroying our country. So all people, they came on the street last week on the, the ancient, there are some trust of religious trust. They make a very, very, bad legal system they introduced in the parliament. So all the people were on the street. In that period, people think that in one side there are international conspirators who are planning to conversion war against Nepal. And now there are other friends, those who are in support of Nepali people. Now Nepal became an international, conflict zone. So this is the very bad thing for us. We are a peace-loving people. we want peace, we want, we want progress of our country, we want to safeguard our national security and as well as the security of our foreign friends like China, India. We want secure, SARC, we want secure Asia. But our present rulers are day by day, they are, just introducing such, different, issues. They are making mistake by mistake, and they are just, they are playing with against our national interest.
Okay, what do you think of participation of Nepal in the Indo-Pacific strategy?
Oh, this is a great issue now against Nepal. There are, Nepal is a peace-loving country. Nepal never take side of any international power. Actually, Nepal is very much indebted with America, because when Nepal was planning to be a member of United Nations at that time in 1954, America was behind Nepal. Russians and even the Soviet Union and Georgia, they were against Nepal in the UN General Assembly. They don't want to make Nepal a UN member. They were against that process. But America strongly favor us. Nepal, but Nepal never take a side of America. Nepal was always neutral, always non-aligned. Nepal was a leader of international non-aligned movement. Nepal was a leader of SARC. Nepal is always, peaceful zone. Like, there was a proposal by the king of Nepal that Nepal should be the zone of peace. Nepal, the people internationally think that Nepal is like Switzerland, non-aligned, no against any country, neither supporting nor against going against. But now it is, it is the past history. Now what they are doing, the foreign minister of Nepal, he went to America on the CIA invitation, and he participated more than 7 days in the international conference organized by the CIA. And they just, signed so many documents. Actually, what they signed, they are not saying anything. And they have signed or not, they are not clear. They are saying nothing. But the other side, the American side, the Pentagon, on June 1 June, they exposed a statement. In that statement, they said Nepal is the part of Indo-Pacific strategy. And before that, there was a, Korean religious organization. They came here, and even the Prime Minister was there in the Korean, church, program of a Korean church. For more than 4 days, he was in the hotel. His government was fully supporting the program of Korean, that organization, the Korean Christian organization. Nepal is, by the constitution, Nepal is a non-aligned, non-religious country. Nepal is a secular country. But they are secular for the Hindus. They are secular for other religions. But they are not secular for Christians. They are the part and parcel of Christians. They are working what the Christians said. Even the people think that the constitution of Nepal is prepared, the draft, by the Christians, and they paid for making Nepal a secular country. For this they paid the political leaders of the party, 3-4 leaders, they paid crores of rupees. Big money they paid. And this, they are playing inside Nepal's history, culture, because there is a conflict, now, after the Soviet downfall, the conflict was, first it was socialism versus capitalism. But after the Soviet downfall, the conflict is changed into the conflict of civilization. Nepal is the country of, the first human civilization that begins from Nepal. So they want to play against Nepal. They want to come in Nepal. They want to, make war in Nepal. They want to do so many things in Nepal. But due to our luck that we are from both China and India are the big countries, we are surrounded by those two countries. So they could not play inside Nepal. So they went to where? They went to Iraq. The Western power, they play in Iraq. Iraq also the Babylon civilization, they want to understand what is this. The conflict of civilization, they started from Iraq. Now they are playing against the Western, Western Asia. They are playing against, all these Hindu and other religions they are playing. Basically, there is a conflict of human civilization, conflict of civilization. So the Western people, they want to supersede our Oriental civilization. They want to defeat it. But now this is our great luck that even the Chinese President Xi Jinping, he is now he stands for the defense of Oriental civilization. The Oriental civilization, that is the civilization of China, Nepal, India, Japan. We are one family. Oriental civilization is the head of that civilization. The origin of that civilization begins from Nepal. Nepal is the main center of Oriental civilization. So we must understand that the Western power, those who are fighting for the, who are making conflict on civilization, the Nepal is their target, main target. But we are lucky that we have good friends like China and India. So we are now the people of Asia, they are also, they are also not unknown like previous time.
Okay, what do you think about Nepali army? And have they approved or accepted to involve in Indo-Pacific strategy as well?
People say that there are 4 battalions of Americans in Nepal, and the American army, they are also coming Nepal, and they are making pressure on Nepali army, and there are so many joint practices, but they are very small practices. And basically the Nepali army, that is the best, in UN command, working in a very good manner and very successful manner. Nepali army is a very, very good in making peace in the world. So there is a good relation with through UN with the American army also. There is a good relation. Nepal and America, they are always a good friend. So there are so many exchanges also. But still now, we cannot say that there is a very strong tie-up with America. There is good relation. There is, they are practicing with each other. But in some cases, Americans are slowly coming inside, making a place inside the Nepalese army. But this after this Indo-Pacific strategy, how they are making plans, programs, and how they are using Nepalese army, this is even we have to study about this. Still we are unknown about these things. Publicly, very few informations are there, and very few, there are some Nepali army is an international army now. They are in a very good relation with Chinese army, with Indian army, with American army, with British army, French army, from the very long time we have a very good relation. And about the army, still we cannot say that they will betray the country. They will betray the the principles of Nepal's foreign relations. Basically, Nepal is a peace-loving country. Nepal is like Switzerland. Nepal is making contribution to the international peace. So Nepal will not, I think that will not go against China, that will not go against India, because Indian and Chinese army also, they have a very good relation with Nepali army.
Okay, India and China are in dialogue in Beijing. Is there any issue about Nepal?
Yeah, Nepal, they are talking about Nepal also. Basically, we are concerned about the Lipu Lake, that is a part and parcel of Nepal. So we are always against Indian and Chinese stand. But Chinese side, they have already promised that any Nepali foreign ministry, any time, if they will request to the Chinese side, they can erase the part of that signature, of that agreement. They are always ready. But Nepal government, they are in the foreign ministry, they are not daring to say anything because they are always threatened by the southern partner. So they are doing nothing. But I hope once if the good people, the patriotic people will come in power, then we will write a letter to the Chinese foreign ministry, and I think they will erase the Lipu Lake agreement with India. And other thing, basically, if the Americans or the Western power, they will be powerful in Nepal, if they will use Nepal against Indian or Chinese interest, they must be, they are very much, I think, cautious about these things. They are very much serious. And last time, India was alone to have, make a blockade against Nepal. This time, if Nepal will do any mistake in foreign policy or foreign relation or army relation or security issues, then China and India may come against Nepal. This will be a very bad situation for Nepal. So Nepal must be clear about its international stand. Nepal is a small country. We have not to take any refugee from Tibet. We have not to take any refugee from Kashmir or any other Indian part. Even the Rohingya, they must be taken back from Nepal, because Nepal is a small country. We cannot go against our neighboring countries. Even Myanmar is in a good faith of Nepal. So we cannot, refuse the Rohingyas here. Nepal must understand its capacity. Nepal is like a small child. How it can take a big burdens. So there are so many big countries. Chinese can take the Kashmiris, and Indian can take the Tibetans. Rohingya, Pakistani or Bangladeshi can take the Rohingyas. Why Nepal? So I like to suggest the people in foreign ministry, they must be careful about the foreign policy of Nepal and about the size and its capacity, Nepal's capacity. We must understand that we must not take any burden that can affect the relation with our neighboring countries.
Okay, the foreign policy of Nepal has been losing its balance. How do you define?
Yeah, just I told you that in the issues of the refugees, why Tibetans are time and again, striking from Nepal. This is not good. Tibetans can make a demonstration in Washington, in New Delhi. Why from Nepal? Nepal is a small country. We don't want any trouble with China. China is always a faithful friend of Nepal. China is always backing sincerely for Nepal. What China is doing, even the great unifier of Nepal, Prithvinarayan Shah, the emperor, He said, the northern friend will always be a good friend. They will never disturb us. But southern, like when there are Muslims, when there are Christians, when there are British imperialists, at that time there are so many disturbances against Nepal from the south. But from north, we get never any disturbance. They are the very good friend. Chinese are the best friend for Nepal. It is the the principal understanding of Nepal. So we cannot allow any such people who can demonstrate against China from Nepal, who can use the land of Nepal. Nepal cannot allow such things. Nepal must be careful. Nepal cannot allow the land to use for Americans or Western powers. Nepal must be careful about China, about India. They are good friend, they are helping us, they are always supporting us. If they will come against our sovereignty, against our integrity, against our national pride, then we can take help from America. But now, in the American or Chinese strategy, in the American or any other international power, there are conflicts. The conflict, Nepal cannot be a conflict zone. Nepal cannot go against China. Nepal cannot go against America. Nepal cannot go against India. Nepal cannot go against any country. Nepal is a peace-loving country. Nepal has given to the world the Panchashil of Lord Buddha. We are for the peace. We are always for the peace. Even the origin of human being, that is from Nepal. So all humanities, they are all kin and kith. So we must love to all of the humanity. We cannot go against any power. If anybody try to go against any country or allies with any international power, that is against the principal stand of Nepal. So there is, stories nowadays that the present government, though they are, they are the most powerful government in the political history of Nepal, but they are doing what? They are not doing any work in support of the stability of Nepalese politics. They are doing wrong things. They are doing, participating in international, political, this conflict. There is conflict between China and Russia, China and America. There is conflict between India and America. There is conflict between China and India. We have to do nothing. They are our friend. We must be always in a good relation, and we have to inform them what is happening. If we want to play between political powers, old political powers, that will be a very dangerous thing for Nepal. That will be a suicidal game. So I suggest the foreign ministry officers, I suggest the government that about the issues in foreign policy, we must not lose our, the golden history of the time of King Mahendra and King Virendra. They always make a very good relation with international powers. They get, international support. Nepal was once the member of the Security Council also. In that type of work we have to do. We have not to go against any power, against any friend.
Okay, last year in Mumbai, you said China is the Hindu country or a Hindu nation.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Yeah, China, Japan, in Jaipur, once in an international conference, I said that Japan is a Hindu country because the Japanese national religion is Shinto. Shinto means, the river Karnali of Nepal, that its name is Sindhu. According to Kangri Karchak, the Kailash Purana. Kailash Purana is translated by Indian great saint Swami Paramahananda. He said river Karnali is the river Sindhu. But today, whom we say Sindhu, that its name was Sita. Karnali was the Sindhu river. From that word Sindhu, Sin, from that word Sin, the China's name Sin is Sin. And Jomon, Japan, Japan, and even the religion of Japan is Shinto. Shinto is also related with the Sindhu, river Sindhu, Karnali river of Nepal. And even the national religion of China is Shintao. And in the national religion of Mongolia is, Xi'an. Xi'an means, in Mongolia, Inner Mongolia, there is the greatest temple of Lord Mosto, the Great. Mosto means son of Lord Indra. Mostodev, Mostodev means, his name in Mongolian language is Han Hormastotenger. So Chinese are the Han people. They are the son of Mosto. Nepalese are the son of Indra, Khasa, atha Saka. Nepalese are the son of Indra. And Lord Indra's son is Mosto. Mosto's son are the Chinese. They are the Han. Han means Han, they are the, their forefather is who? Who is their forefather? Their forefather is like King Gesar. King Gesar was the middle son of whom? Han Hormastotenger. And the Hormastotenger is the god to whom the Genghis Khan, Kublai Khan, their clan god was Mosto. That is the Nepalese god. Mosto was born on the bank of Karnali in Kalikot district of Nepal. And the Mosto went to Mongolia, and now the temple, biggest temple in Inner Mongolia, where there is the Mosto temple, Mosto temple. In the same way, they are the disciples of Mosto. Their forefather is Mosto. Their forefather is Nepali. So, brothers and sisters, we are from one family. So this is the past history that I know, the past history. So I said China is a Hindu country because their origin is Shintao. Their religion is Shintao. Our religion is Shinto. Sindhu. From Sindhu, we said it Hindu. From Hindu, it became Hindustan. From, the Sindhu, the Western country, Western people, they said Indus, India, Indus. That is also came from Sindhu. The Karnali is the original place of the old, civilization, old religion. Even the Chinese, even the Mongolian, even all countries in Europe, even in America, the Americans, the original Americans, more than 500 American originals, they are, what they are called Red Indians. Means they are the, red means what? Red means they are, Indians means they are Hindus. Their religion is, they also worship the river. They also worship the water, holy water. Like in America, in New York, there is a very holy lake that is called Lake Onondaga. That is like our lake in here in Gosaikunda in Nepal. And all, Asian people, even American people, European people, they all are, their original place is Karnali, Nepal.
Okay, on that basis, you said that China is a
Hindu country.
Hindu nation. Okay, thank you so much for giving us time.